Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mondays with me, Dr. Crystal. If you're new here, I am going through and reacting to the Scrub series in order, and we are on episode 4. I know I've made you guys wait long enough for this video, so we're gonna get to it. Let's go.
I'm no Superman.
Here's something that's kind of surprising. On my first day, my resident told me, if you don't count the maternity ward, which is mostly, well, you know, or the emergency room, which is mostly broken bones, stitches, you know, that sort of thing. He said that 1 out of every 3 patients that's admitted to this place will die here.
I can't. I have to call someone.
About Mom.
Hi, I'm gonna be your doctor.
I don't know if that's a real stat or not for some hospitals. That seems like a lot. I don't know if there's any hospitals that have that high of a death rate. I would be shocked. That would be 33%. Especially since most patients that come in aren't being like admitted to the ICU. A lot of them are going to the general medicine floors or like a specialist floors or being admitted after a surgery. As a family medicine resident, I took care of tons of patients on the general medicine floors, and I can say that throughout my 3 years of residency, I never had someone die on the floor. It was always in the ICU, and we didn't too often have to transfer someone to the ICU. So I think 1 in 3 is a lot. I would be shocked if that was the percentage at any hospital. Can't say for sure though.
Years ahead of her. She'll be
I'm the
fine.
doctor. I'm the doctor.
What are you,
Oh,
16?
this is unacceptable.
Oh man, this is so classic for residents. Like when you get there, you look young. You're like, you know, if you've gone straight through, you're like 25. So you look like a baby and people will call you out on it. I think that I've been lucky in that like most people don't disrespect me or like call me out on it like in a mean way. They're just like, whoa, you look pretty young. And hey, I'll take it as a compliment. That means I'd be looking good.
We should have gone to my... That's enough. Now, sure, he's young, but he's probably a very good doctor. Are you a good doctor?
God, too soon to tell.
Honesty. Well, I like that. You probably want these people to wait outside.
That'd be nice.
Make them know you're a man, not a boy.
Would you guys mind?
I'm fine where I am, thank you.
Make me.
Everybody out of here now!
To wake up the dead.
Nice. Although that was a little harsh, but oftentimes, as long as the patient is mentally sound, it's super helpful to get the family out of there and be able to talk to the patient one-on-one. You know, people have others in their ear telling them what they should be doing as far as their medical care, telling them what decisions they should be making, and it's really hard for them to stand up and say what they actually think with those people in the room. And so you want to get those people out of there, talk to the patient, get their story, hear what they have to say without other people butting in or, you know, influencing what they're saying just by being there. Though I would never yell at a family like that. That'd be scary.
Now.
Well, that was manly.
Right? That's what I'm talking about.
Want a hard candy?
Yes, please.
I say this is a simple laparoscopic hernia repair, sir.
Oh, see, this is embarrassing. You guys are wearing the same outfit. Don't sweat it, I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
Great, moving on.
Where are you guys going?
You gotta laugh at the patient's jokes. That was funny. He's right, it was funny.
Go on the 82 NFC Championship, it's the catch. We can have some nurses over?
I called down and requested a Spanish-speaking nurse. So, no English, huh? I'm a chunky monkey from Funky Town.
I'm gonna have a little trouble translating that.
Oh, good. It's you.
I admitted this really neat old lady today.
Neat. Dude, the 1930s called and they want their lingo back.
I don't know, we had like this connection, you know?
No, I don't know. Please, let me get my sweater on.
Surgeons generally don't like to get too close to patients. Maybe it makes it harder to cut someone open. Maybe it's just too risky. I don't know.
I feel like you're missing out. Like this Miss Tanner, she's got this incredible energy and warmth.
Dude, the League of Women Voters called, and they want to know where to send your membership info.
You're using that somebody called joke a lot.
I know, I can't help it.
This goes back to stereotypes about specialties. Internal medicine, family medicine docs, pediatricians, they really want to get in and talk to their patients and get to know them. It's all about relationships. The surgeons, get in, cut, fix what's broken or hurt, and then get out of there. Clearly, that's not the case for everyone, which is why it's a stereotype. I've met plenty of surgeons who have great relationships with their patients, really truly care about getting to know them. And so I think this is just the show really playing into those stereotypes.
I got a hernia patient to take care of.
What's his name?
Well, his name is hernia patient, but we've gotten close, so I like to call him hernia.
He must feel so safe and taken care of.
Shut up.
I paged Dr. Cox, and he should be here any second.
Ella se comunicó con el médico y no tarda en llegar, ¿ok? Así que no se apure.
Se lo agradezco tanto.
What'd she say?
Oh, she said she thinks it's amazing that your fancy private school didn't teach you any Spanish, considering that a third of your patients speak it as a primary language.
Yeah, like every doctor here speaks Spanish.
Hola, señora Guerrero. ¿Cómo se siente hoy?
Ay, doctor, no muy bien.
Honestly, like, I wish somebody would have told me to take Spanish. I mean, I've always known that I wanted to be a doctor. My plan was always to go into medicine, but I did not know that, like, Spanish would be a good language to know. I was not aware enough, I guess, in high school to know that that would be useful. So I took French class, but there were tons of times in my training that I wish that I knew Spanish.
What now, Dr. Barbie?
Mrs. Guerrero is a 40-year-old lupus patient who presented with shortness of breath, so I started her on a heparin drip and ordered a VQ scan. Just wanted to run that by you.
1, 2, 3.
So should I continue
It's
with the heparin?
really important that you let me get to 10.
Well, I just thought...
Listen, Cookie. You've been here over a month. This is medicine 101. I don't want every little thing run by me. I don't want to give you my 2 cents worth, but if you ever do want to know my opinion, rest assured it will always be that you're an incredible pain and that every time I see your Cupid doll face, it just makes me want to pick you up and shake you until all the hours of my life that you've wasted fall out. Now laugh.
What?
Laugh so that she doesn't think I'm yelling at you.
This is tough. When you're in training, you want to feel like someone has your back and you can always go to ask somebody for help because you are not the attending yet. You're in training. I've definitely been in situations, luckily not often, where I had an upper level or an attending that I didn't really feel comfortable going to or asking questions. And it makes every day so much more stressful when it could be a great learning experience, but instead you're stressing about if you made the right decision and don't feel like you really can go to somebody to ask for help. It's scary when you're first starting and you have literally people's lives in your hands.
Oh, how fun was that?
Just initial. Dr. Kelso. Hi, I wanted to get your opinion about a patient. She's a 74-year-old renal failure, Mrs. Tanner.
Oh, of course. One of our frequent flyers. She's a neat lady.
That's what I said.
Nobody likes a brown-nosed son. This is the chart.
Okay, so I get this now because you guys all reminded me about why the janitor hates JD. And so I guess it was because I watched the first episode like a really long time ago, so I forgot the details before I started doing these all in a row. I understand now. The penny, he thinks he put it in the door. That's why he hates him. Got it. Thank you guys for your help.
You put her on diuretics.
Yeah, I ordered them.
These labs don't look good. I think it's time she got started on dialysis. Oh, but you know what you should do first, kiddo?
What's that?
Find her.
went to the park? She went to the park.
So when people are in the hospital, you can't just like leave and go places. Sometimes when people were admitted to the hospital, they would think they potentially could leave and go do something. But like if you're sick enough to have to be in the hospital and have to be admitted, you got to stay because we're responsible for you while you're there. And if you leave, something bad could happen. Always have the option to leave AMA, which is against medical advice, but you got to sign a bunch of paperwork and basically say, I know that if I leave, I could die or something bad could happen.
It's the catch. The catch? I say catch, no response. How could no one in this hospital know what the catch is?
Niners, Cowboys, Joe Montana to Dwight Clark, deep in the end zone, 0 time left. Kid, please. Don't insult me.
Hey, come on, man. It's the fourth quarter. You got a minute?
Sure.
Cool.
David, right?
Yeah.
I'm Turk.
What's up? You want some IV?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Mrs. Tanner.
Here's the party.
Look, I don't know how it's been with your other doctors, but when you're under my care, you stay in the hospital until I say it's okay for you to leave.
We saved your plate.
I don't care about food right now. Oh my God, are those s'mores?
Look, it's Samantha's 5th birthday. Now you're not going to make me miss this, are you?
Couldn't you have got her a big cake?
I'm gonna order an ABG just to be safe. What do you think?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
ABG, arterial blood gas. If you go to get a normal blood draw, like after your doctor's visit or something, they will take your blood from your veins. Those are a little more superficial. But if we want to get a better idea of your blood gases, it's better to take it from the arteries. So we will feel for the artery right in here and go in and get it.
Hey, teach me to tell her she's doing fine.
Okay. Say, está progresando muy bien.
Mrs. Guerrero, está progresando muy bien.
Gracias.
It worked.
All right, listen. The important thing to remember is this is not gonna hurt as much as you think.
I'm ready.
Let me know when you find the hernia.
You got it.
We're so lost.
We are not lost.
Go left here.
It's a right.
You passed his Cooper's ligament 3 times already. Just stop and ask for directions.
I literally just had to Google Cooper's ligament. Does not ring a bell. So it says the pectineal ligament, sometimes known as the inguinal ligament of Cooper, is an extension of the lacunar ligament. It runs on the pectineal line of the pubic bone. Still learning stuff, guys. I'm sure I knew that at one point.
I will pull this thing over and let you drop this thing.
Wait a second. Go back to where you just were.
What is that?
Hey, her OSAT's in the 80s. And take a look at her heart rate.
So that's basically it. Your kidneys aren't responding to the medication anymore. I'm afraid we're gonna have to start you on dialysis.
I'm not a big fan of dialysis.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't really have a choice.
Well, actually, I do have a choice.
Certain things you never expect to come out of a person's mouth.
I think I'm ready to die.
I bet a ton of bricks for Dr. Dorian.
Dialysis is tough. Like, I honestly can't really blame someone for not wanting to do it, especially if they are elderly and feel like they have lived a good life. I don't know about this lady. I mean, she seems that she is very lively and still enjoying life and still like has tons of things to live for, young grandkids. But I mean, it's, you know, you don't have to have medical intervention for things. Your kidneys help clean toxins out of your blood and help you get rid of your extra fluid. And when they are not working, you have to have dialysis to do those things. Essentially, the dialysis machine works as like an external kidney. And it's not something that's just like a once a month thing. People are going to have this done multiple times per week if their kidneys are completely failed.
Can I get that pen back?
You're gonna have to shut your mouth at some point. Sweetie, I'm 74 years old. I'm ready to go.
74 isn't that old these days.
Yeah, but with dialysis, you could live another 80 or 90 years.
I think you're being a little irrational.
No, I'm not.
Everybody dies sometime.
No, they don't.
Actually, sir, I think we're really lucky we found the lymphoma when we did. Of course. No. Yeah, I'll wait for you to get here before I tell David anything.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. Lymphoma. Lymphoma is cancer of the lymphatic system. Some of them are more easily curable than others. They haven't mentioned what kind it is yet, but dang, poor kid.
Okay, see you soon.
Gosh, sport, I sure hope you're not using that phone to make a personal call.
No, actually, that was David Morrison's father. He's a patient of mine. Dave's a good kid.
Well, sounds terrific. You two becoming best pals, huh? Well, you know what we should do? The three of us should play a game of stickball.
Sir?
Sure, all we need is a stick and a ball and a pocket full of dreams. Or we could take turns bowling your patient down the hallways of my hospital.
Okay, listen, sir, I can explain. That's...
Spare me.
Spare you. That's good, sir. Because of the bowling thing, that's... You're not making a joke, are you?
Not at the moment.
I just think he's a good kid, and I really thought he needed a friend.
Young man, your patients don't need friends. They need a doctor.
Her BP's dropped.
So while that is true, there has to be that professional line. I feel like you can be friendly with your patients, and a lot of times, depending on the patient, that can enhance your doctor-patient relationship, make them trust you more. I don't know about bowling your patients down the hallway, but I think it's fine to be friendly with them as long as you keep that professional relationship as well.
Maybe it's time to push thrombolytics. If you were her doctor, what would you do?
That's way out of my league, Elliot.
I don't know about waiting. I mean, she seems to be decompensating, but thrombolytics scare me. I mean...
So if you notice, Elliot keeps asking her questions like, do you agree with me? What would you do? I feel like this is pretty common when you're an intern, like a new resident. You are around people who have seen this stuff before, likely. They have more experience than you. Even though the nurse's job is different than the physician's job, they've seen this stuff happen before. They have a good idea of what the plan's gonna be.
A lot of times, the patient bleeds out.
She needs to know what's going on.
I'll be right back.
So she doesn't want dialysis?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, if she declines dialysis, then there is no ethical dilemma.
But what about our duty as doctors to do everything in our power to help her?
What about our duty as doctors? Look, this has nothing to do with the patient. It's all about you. You are afraid of death, and you can't be. You're in medicine. You got to accept the fact that everything we do here, everything, is a stall. We're just trying to keep the game going. That's it. But ultimately, it always ends up the same way.
I win.
Where? I don't see.
Here, diagonal.
Pretty sneaky, Death.
Dr. Cox always dropping the big lessons, but I mean, he's 100% right. Like, if you're going into medicine, you have to know that death is part of it. It's the end game for everyone. None of us are here forever. And so even if in the hospital we keep somebody alive, you know, we give them more time, but eventually everyone's going to die. It's definitely an interesting feeling at first, being around that and knowing somebody's going to die, or watching someone die, or being there when somebody dies. It's not something that I don't think anybody's prepared for, or like you ever get used to. You just learn how to deal with it better.
Hope I helped.
So that Dr. Kelso guy really came down on you, huh?
Yeah, but he's got a point. This is a hospital. It's not a playground. Well, if it isn't the medulla oblongata, that's about 50 points there, wouldn't you say? I won. I'll just take your fruit cup and be on my way.
I talked to my dad today. He's coming out.
Cool.
And that nurse came by to shave me again.
Hey, I didn't tell her to do that.
You didn't?
No. I think she's got a crush on you.
Come on, dude. What's going on?
Okay. Here's the deal.
I don't know if they ever said how old that patient is, but if he's over 18, he obviously has the right to know everything that's going on before his dad even gets there. And so I'm glad that Turk is deciding to talk to him. He deserves to know. It's his body.
She's telling her family. There's nothing that could make me go in there right now. You didn't tell them, did you?
It didn't come up. Look, they don't need that burden. Besides, it just gave me a bunch of reasons to change my mind.
Speaking of which, I took the liberty of jotting down a few things I think everybody should do at least once in their life. Okay, number 1, eat a sausage and pepper hoagie from Enrico's.
Well, of course I've done that.
Number 2, go to Asia.
Gonan kan garai Kyoto ni Sunday imashita.
I want to take that as a yes, and I'll also check off learn a foreign language.
What the hell happened to I'll be right back? I can't believe I actually started to think I've been wrong about you. That woman needs her doctor to tell her something, anything, and you run away? Are you even gonna look at me?
I've been trying to decide what drink to get. I've been standing here trying to choose between cherry soda and ginger ale. And you know what? It's a toss-up. I mean, either way, I get a cold drink, right? And it would be almost impossible for me to kill someone with this decision, but I still can't make it. I think I'm in trouble here.
Look, I don't think these kinds of decisions are easy for anyone. And if it's any consolation, one of the reasons I never liked you is because you're already better at this than most of the doctors that come through here. And to be honest, I kind of liked being the only smart, strong chick in the joint.
You sort of just complimented me. A little bit. Okay, I'm gonna have a ginger ale.
Good start.
And that clot isn't going anywhere on its own, so let's push the thrombolytics.
Okay.
Here we go.
Go to the top of the ice.
I'm proud of her for taking the step to stand by her medical decision making, but still, I'm disappointed in the fact that she now feels like she can't go to her attending to ask for help, confirm that this is the right call. Thrombolytics are the clot busters. They break up those blood clots, and they're really not a medication to mess around with. You want to make sure you're doing the right thing. You want to make sure you're choosing the right one. And so I hate that she feels like she can't ask for help. I think in a situation like this, I would probably run the situation by some of my co-residents if I feel like I couldn't talk to the attending, just to make myself feel better. Because she's clearly having a hard time figuring out what to do. And you want to feel confident when you have someone's life in your hands. And I'm sure the patient wants her to feel confident.
Fine. Go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, now you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not. It's right here. You can look at it.
Listen, Dr. Dorian, there is not one thing I regret as I lay here right now. I'm ready. I really am.
You have had an amazing life.
Good. Then we agree. Now, aren't there other patients you need to be seeing?
Me? No. I've been off for 2 hours.
So with your precious free time, you've been sitting in a hospital room talking to an old lady. What about your list? How many of those things have you done? For that matter, how many times have you sat on the grass and done nothing? You need to start taking some time for yourself, young man. Promise me you'll do that.
I will.
Good. Now, get out of here. Go on.
Yeah, well, I just want to check out a few things before I get going here. Uh-huh.
Are you okay?
I'm scared.
Come here. Come here. Come here. You're okay. You'll be just fine.
Aww, she's like a grandma. JD has such a big heart. I just love him. He's so sweet.
Walk this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's a golden, it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
I just wanted you to know that she went very peacefully.
There was a secret chord.
I know you did everything you could for my son. Can't tell you how glad I am he had a friend here with him.
Don't second guess yourself. You made the right call. You did.
I know.
So basically, your mother's kid.
So they say that 1 out of every 3 patients admitted to this place will die here.
Okay, now I'm like crying. I feel I've only watched like 5 episodes so far, and I feel like I've cried in like more of them than not. We talked a lot about relationships with patients in this episode, kind of like JD and his patient, and then Turk finally forming a real relationship with one of his patients. And it makes things harder when things don't go well or end really badly, like clearly in this episode. But it makes it, I feel like, that much more rewarding too when things do go well, or you're able to help somebody through something or help somebody feel better and get back to doing the things they want to do. And that's part of the reason I went into family medicine, because you do get to build those relationships and have that continuity of care. Yeah. Man, this is a good show.
But some days the odds are worse than that.
I'm so sorry.
And on days like that, I guess the best you can hope for is that you took something from it.
Hey, I'm Turk.
Anything.
BP's 120 over 80. I like that diastolic. Let's keep it that way.
Anything at all. Even if it's just taking the time to lie in the grass and think about all the things you still have left to do.
I love this show. I literally love this show. You guys, thank you so much for making me watch this show. Wow, I was gonna watch more than 1 episode today, but I think I'm tapped out emotionally after that one. All right, that's all for today. Episode 4, done. Hopefully I will get you episode 5 a little sooner than the wait this time. I'm sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did and you want to see more of this series, please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.